not real sure what time it was, roughly 8:30, that you could see coming from the west, really cloudy, black, totally black cloud rolling in. A couple of there was my wife and me, one of my daughters, and 2 grandkids were here. The 2 kids were sitting here and they were hollering, look, you can see tornadoes coming down out of the cloud, just coming down back up, and back up. I looked, I couldn't see them. But I don't know, it went on for a little while. Windy, really windy. The trees were just, well, actually the trees were going that way, going to the south. And there was an awful crack of thunder, just shook everything. And the trees started going the other way. So Ann and Sherry and the 2 kids, they headed for the cellar, the basement. You can't get in the basement because it's had water in it all summer. It's a couple of feet, but they were down on the stairwell. And I said I wasn't going down because if something was going to get me, I wanted to see it. I'm not going to be down there and get it. So I stayed here. I sat in that chair over there and watched it. And it kind of, I don't know, there was a bit of a racket, and then trees started hitting the top of the house, the roof, and going around. Well, out here, that big spruce tree just bang, went over. And I knew that thing went very well. And then you could hear the other trees falling down and hitting the roof. And this went on, I don't know. Like, I know nothing about tornadoes. I thought they just come down, hit the ground, and disappeared, but this hung around for a while. And then it left. It was still windy, a little bit of rain, not a whole bunch. And then the storm chasers were all out here. And son-in-law and daughter, they were coming from the south. And Jody got some pictures of it, and they stopped. They were heading here and they stopped because the tornado was heading right straight for the house. So they stopped, and then after it cleared here, they come on. So I went outside with Ryan and we were kind of looking around, and one of Ryan's buddies come along and said, storm chasers are out here. The guy says, get in your truck, get everybody in your truck and go south, get out of here. He said, because it's still in the area. I understood that they were talking about it being on the ground for 5.5 hours, or for 2.5 to 3 hours, but I think it was in the area, is what it was. No, it wouldn't be on the ground that long, but it went from here down the road, went back and forth across the road a couple of places, and took down roughly 2 miles of hydro line. And the poles took them right out of the ground, laid them on the ground, the wires on the road, poles on the road. Little wooden bridge up here, it took about yay much pavement off the top of it, right down to the plank. It just took it right off. So it had some force. It definitely had some force. And like I say, I know nothing about tornadoes, but I don't want to know. I don't know. At one point, I just didn't know how to handle it. And then we went down to my daughter's, which lives in a trailer down here, a couple of 3 miles down. Once I got there, got sitting down in the house and got a cup of coffee into me, I kind of settled down, and I found out everybody was all right. Neighbors were all right, both sides, everybody. So I calmed down. But I was up in the air. I really was. I guess you could call me scared. The only way that I know. I've never been through anything like that in my life before. Nothing.